fellow roomers, and welcome back to Dana. Thanks you guys for all tuning in, and holy shit, no wonder it smells like ass out here. I was like, what the fuck is that smell? There's like cows and horses over there, making it smell like somebody just took a shit on the tank of my motorcycle and siphoned it into my helmet. Holy fuck. But anyways, you guys, thank you again for tuning in, man. You guys are fucking awesome. The support is unreal. I say it every video, but I'm gonna say it again, is I love you guys so fucking much. So basically, I'm just cruising around on my motorcycle in the middle of nowhere. Honestly, that's pretty much sums up everything right there. I don't know where I'm at. I think I know where I'm at. Like, I have an idea, but I haven't been down this road in years. So everything's like redone. Like, there's new buildings around. There's fucking grass in California, which is pretty random because, you know, it never rains out here and everything usually looks like it's dead and it's gonna catch on fire, and Smokey the Bear is gonna be like, only you can prevent wildfires. This looks like a pretty promising road. I don't know. Scott sounds cool. Scott's a pretty cool name, so let's just go down this road and hope we end up to wherever the hell we're going, which, I don't know where I'm going. I just like to ride my bike. Is that really too much to ask? But anyways, what I want to talk about in this video is PLASTI dip, and on the fact that if you should PLASTI dip your motorcycle, the goods, the bads, the cons, the pros, the fucking awesomeness of your bike and how it's gonna look. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. I do have quite a bit of experience with PLASTI dip. I remember when I first got my car, I know it has nothing to do with a motorcycle, but I could both relate to both of them. Is it on a car and it on a motorcycle? Is that I PLASTI dip my rims at least like 8 times, different colors. I PLASTI dip my buddy's hood of his car. I PLASTI dip the grill of a car. I PLASTI dip shit on the motorcycle. So I have a pretty good background of PLASTI dip. And I'm going to be telling you guys, is it really worth it? Is it worth it to do something else? And is it, like, all together in a whole worth the price of PLASTI dip? Man, whoa, look at all that wood! I kind of want to just throw a match in there and just light everything on fire! I love my lawnmower. I love my lawnmower. So what are some of the pros of PLASTI dip? Well, the good thing about PLASTI dip is that it is really cheap. I believe it's around $6-7 for a can of PLASTI dip. And it's a very, very easy substance to apply to any job. What I mean by this is PLASTI dip opposed to spray paint is when you use spray paint, you gotta actually know for the most part what the fuck you're doing, or else it's all gonna peel off. Like, you gotta prime whatever you're gonna spray paint, you gotta sand down whatever you're gonna spray paint, because if you do this stuff, it's just gonna flake off fairly quick, and or it's gonna look like a very, very blotchy paint job, and it's gonna look like a fucking 4-year-old got a black crayon and just started scribbling on your object. And that's the bad thing about paint. And when you got PLASTI dip, it's so fucking easy to do. All you gotta do is clean the surface of your object and apply the PLASTI dip, and it's really that easy. And applying PLASTI dip, as long as you apply about 4 or 5 coats of PLASTI dip, you're going to be set. I first made the mistake when I first started using PLASTI dip is I remember I painted a car rim with PLASTI dip and only used 2 coats because I thought it had full coverage. Well, when the time came when I had to peel off the PLASTI dip, like, yeah, it might have looked like it had 4 coats, but I know I only put 2 on it. So when it came to the time to peel off the PLASTI dip, it was goddamn near impossible. The PLASTI dip would just peel off in little flakes, and it took me, no joke, about 45 minutes to an hour a rim to take off all of the PLASTI dip, and it was fucking ridiculous. I was so mad at myself, and I told myself I would never make that mistake again, because if you apply the proper amount of PLASTI dip, say about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 coats. I mean, 6 coats may be a lot, and I really like this part of the road. I just want to interrupt myself with that. Out here in California, in SoCal, this shit's rare to come by, so when you come across shit like this, like, it's pretty fucking cool. I don't know. I love it. I love this road because now I know where I'm at. At first I was lost, but I'm like, okay, this is the tree road, as I like to call it. But the thing with PLASTI dip is if you apply your 4 or 5 coats of PLASTI dip, when it comes time to peel it off, it's all gonna peel off together. Like, you remember when you were a kid and you would put like Elmer's glue on your skin and peel it off? That's basically the effect it has, is it'll all peel off in one big sheet. and it's super easy to do. And honestly, that's the other good thing about Plasti Dip, is that you can always change your mind. If you're not set on one specific color, if you wanted to paint your bike black, if you wanted to paint your bike white, if you wanted to paint your bike red, you could do that with Plasti Dip because it's so easy to do. You can just spray it on there. A couple months later, you can peel it right back off, and it's really not going to cost you that much. I mean, you could probably do a whole bike easily for about 4 to 5 cans of Plasti Dip. So it's going to be like a $30 job to paint your entire motorcycle. I think that's going to be a new thing for me. I think I'm going to say motorcycle instead of motorcycle because it's so fucking funny, and I kind of get a kick out of myself. And you know, I like to make myself laugh sometimes. So one of the only concerns you really got to worry about when applying Plasti Dip to a surface is you got to worry about the, I would say, rubbing of your knees on the tank of your motorcycle, or if you're gonna paint maybe some sides of your motorcycle. And what's up, my friend? Good to see you, man. Thank you for waving to me. Oh my God, we got a friend in today's video. Woo, 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 woo. Back to my topic. I got mildly distracted by making a new friend, and check out this fucking sign right here. Llamas. Who the fuck has llamas for a kindergarten school? Shit's pretty fucking funny. So the thing with Plasti Dip is if you were to put it on your tank, like, I don't know if you can tell, I'll look down really quick, pretty fucking dangerous, but my knees really rub against the tank of this bike. It's just the way I sit on this bike and how large the tank is, that if I were to Plasti Dip the tank of this motorcycle, the Plasti Dip would rub off in probably a week or two because of the fact that my knees are always rubbing on the tank. And that's something you got to worry about when applying Plasti Dip to a surface, is are you going to be rubbing against it? Because if you are, I would recommend not to Plasti Dip that location, because it's going to rub off a lot quicker than what you imagine, and you're just going to have to keep re-Plasti Dipping it, and honestly, in the end, it's going to end up costing you quite a bit of money, and it's just a complete pain in the fucking ass. So for example, some things maybe you can do are the headlights of your bike, the rear fenders of your bike, even the front fender of your bike. These are a few things that you guys can actually Plasti Dip that are not going to, I would say, like, rub at all, and your Plasti Dip is basically going to last forever. I mean, don't get me wrong, the thing with Plasti Dip, it is a rubberized coating, and it is a matte color, so it is going to fade a little bit quicker than normal paint. But again, I mean, you're paying a lot less for your paint, and if it does fade, it's pretty easy to do that. You can just peel it all off and just reapply the coat. So with Plasti Dip, it is going to fade a little bit quicker than normal paint, but then again, opposed to normal paint, it's going to be cheaper and require way less time to reapply. I mean, a great example of this is the headlight on this bike. I'll stand up really quick. You can see the headlight is, that thing is Plasti Dip, and it's been Plasti Dip since the day I got this bike. It looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's only been Plasti Dip for about a month, but it holds up great. It doesn't have any rub at all on the headlight, so it's going to last forever until the day it fades and I got to redo it. And that's the good thing about Plasti Dip, is that only took about a half a can of Plasti Dip. I put about 5 coats. I overdid it a little bit, but I put about 5 coats of Plasti Dip on that, and that was it. I mean, what is that? Half a can of Plasti Dip is about a $3-4 paint job to paint that headlight, opposed to me buying spray paint, sanding it down, priming it, painting it. Plasti Dip was way easier, and it pretty much looks exactly the same. I mean, that's the good stuff about Plasti Dip. Hey, mama, what's going on? You want to hear my bike roar? She knows me from Dana. Aw, she ran away. She's like, fucking faggot. We don't even know you, man. Why you acting like you're the shit? So all in all, summing things up, would I recommend Plasti Dipping your bike over, say, getting it professionally done? It depends on the situation at hand. If you want to paint a small portion of your bike with Plasti Dip that's never going to get touched, hey, go for it, absolutely. If you want something that's going to last forever and it's never going to start peeling for some reason, if maybe your knees are rubbing against that portion of the tank or that portion of the side of your motorcycle, then I would not recommend Plasti Dip. I would recommend you go out there and even maybe get your bike powder coated, because powder coating is awesome and it's really not that expensive. So if you're looking for something that's really long term and you're set on that color, like you're set on painting your bike black or you're set on painting your bike red, then I would totally recommend you guys just go and get your bike powder coated or professionally painted, because like I said, it's going to last a lot longer than PLASTI dip. But if you're like me and you want to change your mind all the time, if you want to paint it this color this month, and like the next month you want to paint it this color, or maybe you're tight on cash in the moment and you're saving your money, then hey man, there's nothing wrong with PLASTI dipping your bike. Just make sure you're not going to be rubbing where the PLASTI dip is, and you absolutely go for it. PLASTI dipping is cheap, PLASTI dipping looks awesome. It's just not going to be the long term you are looking for. So yeah, I mean, that's PLASTI dipping your bike in a nutshell, you guys. I hope this video helped. If it did, please be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new to Dana. And with that being said, you guys, you're all fucking awesome. I appreciate all the love. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you guys in my next Motovlog. Peace, you guys.